the one thing, the one process that everyone fails at once we are entrepreneurs is salesmanship. And today we're going to talk about that. We have great stories. And after this video, your life is going to change. So welcome to Earning Your Living by Living Your Dream. We are here one more time with our stars, and we have a guest star today. Matt, you are our guest today. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Matt, we want to know, inquiring minds want to know, you mentioned that you are in business and you have stayed in business, and then we asked you, okay, so what made you this great? What did you do before training and coaching people? Tell us about that. Yeah.
Sure. So I've ran a sole proprietorship. I'm a personal trainer. I go to my clients' homes. I've been doing that for about 5 or 6 years, and it's been just amazing. But I could not have done that without like 8 or 9 years of sales experience, commission only sales experience.
Yes.
Starting with the great, controversial maybe, Cutco or Vector Marketing. They recruited me somehow, even though I think like Kia and some different people went to some sketchy sales interviews. I had been to a few of those before, but damn it, Vector Marketing got me in because a sweet, young lady called me and said, hey, your friend is working here and having a great time. Why don't you come in and meet me and just meet everybody and see how you like it? And I was like, yeah.
Wow, she got you. What and what did you sell there at Vector Marketing?
They sold Cutco kitchen tools.
Okay. And how was the team spirit there? How did they motivate you to sell?
I didn't know it at the time, but looking back, it was purely just the fun team atmosphere. Like really as serious as you can get about fun, they were.
Oh.
They were. And
it all started from that lady that called you, actually.
Yep, it's in every single part of the process. Every single part, they put a little bit of fun in. It's everything.
Awesome. And what were the games about? The selling games there? You remember?
Well, it's kind of different based on individual offices. So, many people have had other experiences with this company, but my manager, I was extremely lucky. He has a bunch of sales people to do his interviews for him, but he decided, you know what, I'm going to get back to the basics and run interviews myself. And if it were not for him running the interview, I might not have joined. But he put fun as the #1 priority. Like all my sales team could leave, we can have a bad year, whatever, but if we had fun, that was the #1 thing. Nice.
That's what got you curious. That's what you liked about him. And it's all about the manager you mentioned.
Yeah, and the money was there too. The money was there and the product was solid also. So it's that trifecta, I think. Good product, good money potential, and a really tight team. We spent all of our time in that. It took over our lives.
That lights you up, that it took over and that it took all your time, and it was a high team spirit.
It was nuts. I couldn't, you wouldn't believe it. Just recent high school graduates, doing this amount of sales, like, moving millions of dollars of knives
Nice.
you know, in just like the West Houston area within 3 months, $1 million, you know.
Nice. And your average sale was more or less?
By the end of things, I think it was around 700. It could be higher. It could be higher. But yeah, I walked into someone's house having never known them before, and after about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, they're spending on average $700 on freaking knives.
Wow.
That's
Matt,
awesome.
it sounds like you really cut through the market.
There you go.
Yeah,
Boom, boom.
we couldn't believe it. It's like, it's just knives. How is all this happening? It's just knives. What the freak is happening?
Matt, it sounded like the team was part of your fun, your manager, and also you sounds like you had a great team atmosphere that you were working in. Could you tell us a little more about that, or?
Yeah,
What-
again, it started with the manager, but we, you know, we'd always come back at least once a week, usually multiple times a week, where we'd all come in and make phone calls together, have contests, crazy screaming, running contests.
Oh,
Lots of money, prizes, embarrassing stories. You know, we'd make phone calls and we'd have one person do the first half of the phone call and then switch and have somebody else do the back half of the approach just to see if they noticed.
huh?
But it got results. Like, they had a basic script that freaking anybody could follow, and they literally told you, follow the script exactly. That's what everybody does. And we pretty much did all use the exact same script, exact same presentation, everything. But it was always with, okay, the best people made it fun. It was the same script.
Wow.
Best people made it fun.
Fun.
Now, I just wanted to say you got me sold. It's like, wow, is there a Coco in my area?
Yeah.
The way you're talking about it, you're so animated and you make it sound so fun that I want to go sign up.
I know. Where's the application? No, right, Cedric.
Where do we sell Cutco?
Income potential is there. Just find a good office. There's lots. There's hundreds of offices around the United States. I don't know about any other country. But they will, if you have the willingness, they will teach you every step of the way, every single step of the way.
Oh, sounds like they also took care of their employees and made sure that you guys had all the scripts and everything.
Yeah, you know, more so the ones with potential, but
Uh-huh.
you know,
And then you were one of the top salesmen. Did you have any perks from the new people coming in or
Did
anything?
you get laid?
There you go.
Thank you, Kia.
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I've moved on from that, but I wish I could go back. You know, it was a great opportunity to meet, you know, the new salespeople coming in and, you know, sit down with them and teach them how to do the basics and, you know,
This sounds sexual.
Yeah. Basics.
yeah.
Wow, you sound like a very thorough trainer, Matt.
Yeah.
Good. Matt.
Matt gets results.
For your whole team.
Team spirit.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Little sexual energy never hurt anybody in sales.
Right? Yeah.
They
Matt,
say the horniest ones get the most moolah.
Now that brings new meaning. That's new meaning, Cedric. Yeah, and Matt, what you're saying. I love it. It brings new meaning to the team. The you know, that term they say, yeah, no team, no dream.
Dream.
Matt, you sound like you had some good dreams with that team.
Yeah. And how does anyone earn trust? by having
Um,
fun, by having that fun that Matt is talking about.
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because when you have a bad sales day, I guess, and you bring it to your manager, and the energy changes, if they can be thrown off based on any kind of conditions or consequences or results, then yeah, you start to mistrust. Oh, you just liked me because I was getting results or something.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Were they
Being
using you, Matt?
It was mutual.
Okay, just checking.
yeah, being in sales is quite a mindset. It's a gotta really be focused. And I'm glad you just told us about how sometimes if one brought something and then mistrust came in and the energy or the enthusiasm goes down, yeah, then the trust goes out the window, and then money doesn't come along. Money, you see the money in the back.
Yeah, your background is so money, Mariana.
Money. Roll around.
Roll around it,
Wait, do that move again, Mariana.
roll around it. And sometimes, it's not only about the money, but it's about winning. And thank you, Matt, for sharing these winning stories. You even said that you guys were even screaming and running around in the office there. That sounds sexual too.
Yeah.
My mind went there.
Yeah, I saw you, Kia. I'm like, goodness sake.
Ooh.
Yeah, if your sales office doesn't get multiple complaints a month or per week, you're not doing it right.
Were you twerking, Matt?
Working.
That wasn't a thing back then. I know,
Okay.
if you can believe it, I'm actually 31 years old, and that was a while ago.
No.
Wow. All right. Well, even if twerking wasn't a thing back then, I think there was some twerking.
Yeah, we didn't know
Sounds like it.
that we were doing that, but we were.
Well, and it sounds like all that sweet energy, sweet team connection created productivity and money and sales and fun. Yeah, cool. Any other stories that you may want to share or that you could think about?
Well, it's the opposite of Matt's experience. I had an experience where I went into it, was selling gold one time at one company. And you walked in and they said, the orientation was, here's your script, which the script had old news articles from a year ago, and you're trying to sell people on why finance and money and gold and what's going on, and you're using old scripts, and they say, here's your script, there's your phone, go have fun, make calls, you need to make certain numbers, and then they would leave you. And they rarely spoke to you. They didn't do any training. It wasn't very fun, except for their elite group that they had. And those guys made all the money. They would get all the top leads. And then you would get the lists of people that were called 5-6 times until someone answered and said, don't call us again. So sometimes you got lucky with that. I remember I was in a class of 25 and I was able to maintain it until number 3, but then I was the 2 more left and I was the one to go, and then there was 2 more, and then they ended up with 1 person after 25. So that was kind of what they would call in the sales business a burn and churn type of business. Matt sounds like he had a lot different experience, but there are many people I know in sales who have similar experiences to that one.
Yeah, to this one in this gold company.
Yeah.
Churn and burn. That was,
Yeah.
oh, wow.
That's what they used to call it.
Out of 25 people, 1 would make it or
Right.
stay, and everybody else got turned off all those months, and no team spirit and
No. Nothing.
training, no love, no appreciation, no nothing.
I can relate, Bruce, because my last quote unquote job that I tried to have
Yeah.
was exactly the same thing. Like I only lasted 2 months. It was
Where?
at the Volkswagen dealership, and yeah, it didn't look like they were making much money, and the team was just not connected, no energy. They weren't open to new ideas, which since I'm a visionary, that's all I could do is think of ideas all day long, and
Yeah.
they weren't curious at all.
Oh,
And
man.
I thought, man, if they would have had the Matt approach, I bet you they would be making way more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Fun, more money. And you even suggested like a YouTube channel and
Mm-hmm.
fun. But then since their team energy was so down in the dumps, it threw you out. You didn't fit there.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
that was my last attempt at a sales job. So
Incredible how companies do that. They throw people out because the team spirit is so low.
Yeah.
I used to work for Dell Computers, and well, let me tell you, it was not Matt's experience. We used to come in, and the first position was the typical sales representative. We used to take calls on a queue, and then the larger opportunities, we had to pass them on to the LORs, the large opportunity representatives. And then they had to pass it on to the RSRs, the regional sales representatives of different countries around the world. But whenever, and I went through all those positions actually, but whenever a large opportunity representative, when I was in that department, made a big sale, somebody would always say, oh, it was because somebody else helped her, or the opportunity was already there and it was just ready to be closed. And there was no appreciation, no love. I did not feel the love at all.
Oh boy.
Lots of envy and finger pointing, and man, we need to speak to Mr. Michael Dell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get the Matt approach there. And then I was there 11 years and in sales, and the only 4 or 5 times that we did go out as a team, we did a tug of war right outside the building, and for 20 minutes people did the tug of war thing with the rope and the different colored t-shirts, and it was fun, but not that fun. Look at my face.
Didn't quite cut it, huh?
And then another time we went bowling, but that was not a team spirit thing. There was no training inside for a team spirit, like what Matt was talking about. There was no running and screaming around in the hallways, okay? Oh, and one time they did a box, like this thing full of bills, just like these, and there was wind inside this cabin, and whoever got a certain amount of sales that week got to get in there for a certain amount of minutes. So you had those minutes, and you had to pick up all those bills however you could, and you made sure you went that day without a skirt, with pants on, or else the skirt would be way up there, So, and we picked up the money, and it was fun for a little bit. They did it only like 2 days, but then they didn't do it again. So the momentum of a team spirit, it just was not there. I'm sorry, Dell, you get a wah, wah.
You wear a skirt, they'll probably put you back in the machine next time anyway.
I saw the skirt
Agreed.
lit you up, Mariana.
Woo.
Skirt?
The skirt.
Uh-huh.
Give him a show. Woo.
Lit me up about that. What about you, Jess?
Oh, wow.
What stories do you
Well,
have?
it sounds like it sounds like there's a lot of companies out there that are just lacking in the playfulness category here. And my sales experience is no different. Unfortunately, it was nothing like Matt's. When I was younger, I worked with what was Chevy Chase Bank, and which is no longer. But along with all of the other banks, they had sales goals, and us behind the teller line had to push opening new accounts all month long. And if you didn't meet your quota, it would reflect poorly on the entire branch. And fortunately, we did have a really good team. Our team got along really well. We went out together outside of work. We hung out. We were friends. We had a close team, but that wasn't the playfulness part. Wasn't the priority. It was the goals. The end result was the priority, and it really made it difficult. It put a lot of pressure on us to push sales to people who didn't need it, products to people who didn't need it, and you don't gain people's trust by doing that.
Right.
So it wasn't a good sales experience for me.
Yeah. Pushing products that people don't need. Oh, that's a big no-no. But
Yeah.
then people get so turned off that they don't want repeat business. They don't share. They don't send you referrals. It's a lose-lose all the way around. Yeah.
Yep. So much like Dell, they get a.
Well, it sounds like they got something better, Justin.
And
They're
you
no
know-
longer in business. They're no longer
Well,
in
they got
business.
bought
They're
out, so.
bad sales.
You know what? You reminded me that at Dell, I had a really great group of friends, but outside of Dell, like we worked there at Dell, but then outside of Dell, we used to go out on the weekends and everything. But then inside Dell, there was a lot of pressure, no team spirit, and no running around and screaming.
I light you up.
What they're missing with that running around and screaming.
They're running around and screaming in Matt's Cutco environment.
I hope you weren't holding the knives while you were running around.
Exactly.
We're professionals, Justin. Come on, buddy.
Oh, I'm sorry to doubt your abilities.
Yeah, they were the forks, right? Those little forks.
Forks and spoons. I'm just kidding.
You're bringing back so many memories to me. I love it. I haven't thought about this stuff in a while.
Oh,
It was amazing.
Kia,
Yes,
you have some stories too.
sure. I mean, there's plenty of failures, that's for sure.
Tell us
Can-
about.
It would take a lot of time, so I'll spare you. But after Sage and getting trained in entrepreneurship and learning what team spirit is and all the power tools, coaching tools, sales tools, I would say a success story would be a seed project I did. I partnered with Mia in a how to talk to women training, and it didn't cost barely any money, just a little marketing to get an account on Meetup. And I launched it from there and had a great write-up with the team, helped write that, and basically gathered a bunch of sweet engineer nerds, and we had an incredible training. It was so much fun. And in that, what was cool was I discovered a piece of my puzzle. So I love training and I love being in that play. So it was such a win-win. But the key, like what Matt was saying, is team spirit, loving who you work with, loving your teammates. That is like number one. And the trust builds from that, and the playfulness, and what was being honest.
Honest.
Communicating in an honest way. So.
And for that, how to talk to women class, I remember I was in there.
You were there too, yes.
And you brought in really great guys, very eager to learn and sweet and very intelligent. So very cool guys. Very cool guys.
I love that combo. Yeah.
And
Combo.
and you and Mia had like a really great team spirit.
Yes.
Mia Sage and the whole team, the whole Sage team. That's what you were talking about just now. How
Mm-hmm.
you love your partner.
One of a kind. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best, like creme de la creme.
Cool. Very cool. That's a good story right there. Yeah. And at Sage University also, they have a great sales strategy because the sales teams, they have some games, they have weekly games, and also you can earn up to your commission can be from 20% to 50%. And they have projects from 200 euros, the weekend workshops, up to 1,000 euros, or also 3,000 euros to have a bachelor program there. And also corporations get trained and coached with these tools to make this team spirit. It could be from $3 million to $30 million projects. So yeah, ooh, that lights you up, Cedriana. Like,
Money.
yeah, definitely needed. These communication tools that we haven't talked about them here, but we have shared them. Ha ha ha. We have used them right in front of you. All right, well, guys, this has been great. We went over really great team spirit stories with the running and screaming around, and other stories where team flops and connections and so thank you for being here in our show. See you here next week. And if we changed your life, which I know we did, please share this show, this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.